The federal government has said it intends to honor state laws legalizing marijuana, but organizations in the state's medical marijuana program are still worried about federal raids.
Today we got a chance to ask Attorney General Eric Holder, the head of the country's Justice Department, if local growers should worry about the feds. Jeremy Hohola spoke to him point blank and has more on what Holder had to say. Jeremy?
Tom, our state is one of 13 where medical marijuana is legal. In fact, one state-approved grower is on the verge of dispensing the drug to local patients, but it's still illegal under federal law. We asked Holder if he plans to enforce it in New Mexico.
For 2 years now, New Mexicans with a prescription to smoke have been doing so with fears that the federal government may knock on their door. In California, even under the new Obama administration, DEA agents raided some medical marijuana shops earlier this year. And one New Mexico man, one of the first allowed to smoke medical marijuana in the state, was arrested by a federal task force but never got charged. The man who now has the power to prevent and order those raids was in Albuquerque today talking about border security, so we asked Attorney General Eric Holder point blank if local growers approved by the state have anything to fear.
Here we already have one nonprofit here in New Mexico that's growing medicinal marijuana for patients here in New Mexico. Do they have to worry about raids from the DEA under the Obama administration?
As we have indicated, the focus of our efforts is on large traffickers, people who are engaged in drug trafficking in the way that we normally think of that word, that term. For those people who are, or those organizations that are doing so sanctioned by state law and doing it in a way that's consistent with state law, and given the limited resources that we have, that will not be an emphasis for this administration.
Despite a growing number of states allowing marijuana use, there hasn't been a push for legalization on the federal level.
Do you support federal legislation that would legalize medicinal marijuana?
Medicinal marijuana? That is, I think, something for the states to decide. And I think
now, we told you earlier this week there are 11 other groups in New Mexico waiting to get clearance from the state to grow medical pot. If Holder stands by his word and those growers follow state law, they shouldn't have to worry about the DEA knocking on their door.